What was it like? I had the boss for a little time at Monaco. Everyone knows that he gave me my debut there, and the way he gets in your mind and kind of allow you to be the player that you can be. And I started actually my first game, and it was like, just play like you play in under 17. He will always focus on your strong point instead of your weak point. He's more the type of guy that's going to concentrate really on what you can do well, and put your mind into it on what you can do and how far you can go. I had just a little moment of that, and then he went. In Italy, basically, we were playing against Udinese. They had a good team, and he came to see the game. I don't know who he came to see, but he came to see the game, and I was going back to Paris. He was on the same plane that I was. We exchanged numbers. He told me, I don't know why you're playing on the wing, and he said, you're wasting your time. I remember you as a 9. It would be great if we can meet again, and the rest is history. My first 3 months, I spent it more on the bench than on the field. And I remember sometime looking at the team playing ever so well and not coming on in the game. We had discussion with the boss, and I was like, boss, it's difficult. I used to create myself chances. Some also in the team used to create chances for me, and I used to not put them in the back of the net. But I have to say, again, the boss was very persistent, and he was like, this is your position, stick to it, and you will have your chance. He opened my mind. He gave me a path. And we all know that the boss is a visionary. But if you don't answer the call, Arsenal do not wait for you. I remember back in the days, you trying to find a way to help the team. And when I was younger, I didn't get it well. I went to see him, and I was like, typical striker. Hey, sometimes I move, they don't give me the ball. Ask yourself the right question. And I looked at him, I said, what is he talking about, this guy? Do you think that guy can see you? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, do you think he can see you? I went, no. No, yeah, you're right, he can't see me, because the way he plays, his head is most often down than up. And so I was like, okay, so with him, I need to move a different way. With that guy, I need to move that way. With this guy, I need to move that way. So I started to put the, in bracket, the blame on me. I started to play thinking about what the guy is going to do, not what I want. We also had a relationship and talks that went beyond the game, which is very important. You can always go to the office of the boss and talk about whatever, and you're always gonna leave his office with a smile. You come in, you're upset, you come out, you're laughing. Arsene is very calm about stuff. I've seen him losing his mind. It's not a usual losing your mind type of thing, because when you lose your mind, you don't actually think about what you're doing. That's why you're losing your mind. But he still does. When he loses his mind, he still looks at what he's kicking. I think Arsene wanted to have his way. The Arsene football, the Arsenal way, or however you want to put it. He lives, breathes, sleeps football. I remember coming back of some Champions League games. It's 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, wherever we played, and we take our cars, we go home. First thing that he does, at the time there were still tapes, believe me or not. And he was going in his office and watch the game at 3 in the morning. I'm like, wow, all the best. Unfortunately, what you don't see is the amount of hours that he puts on the field and in his office to make sure that team can perform. And I know it's a cliche thing, work and stuff, but I can testify, because I'm just starting. It's hard to be a coach. I was a pain in the neck. And just imagine if you multiply that by the whole squad. That's what you guys don't see. That's very difficult, and I know people will tell me, yeah, and he has an amazing contract, and then this and that. That doesn't mean he's not a human being. That doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings. That doesn't mean he doesn't go through emotion. I went to see him doing an interview, and I asked him how he was. And then he went, I'm okay, we lost the other day. I said, no, I'm not talking about the game. I said to him, how are you? Because I felt bad, because as a player, I never went into his office to ask him how he was. Because I didn't care. Because nobody does care. Fans do not care. players do not care about the well-being of a coach. You don't. You go there, why I didn't play? Why am I playing on the left? The fans, why is he playing there? The press, why this, why that? The board, everything points at the boss. Only for that you deserve a trophy. When you think about Arsenal, you think about Arsene and vice versa. When I used to walk in the street, people were telling me, when you guys were playing, I used to just watch it. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I knew the game was going to be good. You know, people talk about total football and the catenaccio back in the days, and people will talk about the Arsene Wenger's way. And that's where his legacy stands for me. How the club now is viewed around the world. That has no price.
Subscribe. For more videos, subscribe. I must do something? Okay.
But hold it.